If 26 years ago you told me that one day I'd be sitting in front of 4 very rare, beautiful, low mileage and pristine kept 850 CSIs from the US market, when all I wanted to do in my teens was just to be close to one, just to see one drive by, or have this magazine come to life, I'd be going like, really? How? Why? When? You never know what life will bring. I should have known that this was coming, knowing the obsession and the amount of passion I have for these cars, which never really died away. Still to this day, every time I see one, my heart skips a beat. It's just something I can't help. That's just how it is. This beautiful design, these muscular, masculine cars with the flare rear ends and the big wheels and the big front. There's something about it, the luxurious, the out of its time and ahead of its time technology for the 90s. It's just a combination of everything that has still kept me in love with these cars, and it will never go away. I just know it. I've been asked to represent other type of cars. I just don't feel it. Yes, I love the Porsche 911s. I love different type of cars, but nothing comes close to this. It's just something else, and I can't help it, and I will not help it, and I will enjoy doing it for as many years as I can. So going back to my childhood dream of even wanting to be close to one, now I'm sitting here representing 3, well actually 4, because the blue one was represented by me as well, of the most beautiful CSIs that this country has seen during these years. It's just an absolute boyhood dream come true. I get to see them, drive them, inspect them, fix anything that may be needed to fix, speak with my partners about them, go back and forth. It's just a fun process. And when it goes from the previous custodians to us, the middle people who bring us to the next custodian, it's just an all-around fun process and a dream come true for me as an 8 Series lover. I've been trying to push these cars for the past 3 years because they deserve to be pushed. Promote them globally, promote them with the new young buyers that are coming into the market who deserve to be owning one and driving one. Daniel Rapley, my business partner when it comes to representing these cars, is the owner of these cars with Rapley Classic Cars LLC in Connecticut. And that's where I am right now, sitting here in front of these beautiful cars. I will be talking about each car individually and specifically the history, the service records, the provenance, where they were, where they are now, how many owners, mileage, and whatnot. Everybody who knows me, they know I have an extreme weakness for red CSIs. It's just red and yellow, but first red. I mean, it's live or die. Red, whether it's black inside or gray inside, I don't care what the inside is, as long as the outside is red. And here I am standing next to this pristine 18,000 mile red on black CSI number 62. It's the stuff of dreams. It's stuff that you go home and cry because you can't do it. But here I am. And I'm going to send this from us custodians to you, the next custodian. This is a car with only 2 owners. The second gentleman whom we bought it from, he has had it since 1998, a car collector of high caliber. He was in the, or still is, in the electronics and computer business, so I guess it does pay off, and it buys you a really nice CSI among other muscle cars and other cars that he had. The car has service records, well maintained from as much as I can see here. It wasn't driven much, but it was maintained and serviced regularly. It was taken out over the weekends, enjoyed for as much as possible, obviously for somebody who has 50, 60 cars in their possession. It smells brand new in here. You can feel it, it's new, the leather, as you will see in all the close-up shots. It was built in February 21st, 1994. A combination of 1 of 14 in the US. Total of 25 reds were made. 24 of them were hellrot, as the Germans say, and one was in brilliant red. But this one is 1 of 14 in bright red on black. 94, all original, unmolested car. It has a couple of small, tasteful upgrades. It has Racing Dynamics exhaust, and it has a dyno chip. So, my friends, this is one of my most proudest moments. I hate to see this go from our possession, but it's from us custodians to you. We're going to have a lovely, lovely, lovely time with this one, passing on to the next person. See you. Okay, so we are inside CSI 62, the one with the 18,000 miles on it. I've been told it has a, well, actually I haven't been told, I've seen it. It has a Racing Dynamics exhaust, and it has dyno chips. Let's see, it's the first time I'm going to be driving it, how it feels. I know it sounds really well, so immediately right off the bat I can tell the sound is just incredible. It's better than a regular stock CSI. I always wanted to feel how it feels to drive a new 850 out of the factory. I guess with 18,000 miles, it's probably the closest I would ever get to it. So I know a couple of guys who have 3,000 and 4,000 mile CSIs. I didn't get to drive them, but I can imagine this can't be that far away from it, especially if it was maintained well. So let's see here. We're going to take this beautiful car for a test drive, getting out of the Rapid Classics. Woo. Wow. I can immediately feel the difference. You roll up the windows. Wow. There's a gigantic difference. The dyno chip and the Racing Dynamics exhaust is making a huge difference. Mind you, we're in Connecticut right now. I don't know these roads. My director of photography, Tom, is going to tell me where to go or not to go. This, I guess, would be maybe the 50th CSI I drive over the course of years. I can hands down say, before getting into green and white car, this is probably the best CSI I've driven before. It feels like it just came out of factory 15 seconds ago. Wow. The AC works. I just tested it. I feel it. It went from very hot to very cold quickly. The lights are working. The sunroof works. We'll have all that demoed out in a separate film. It's very soft shifting. It was like butter. Right off the bat, car feels very tight. Steering is very tight. Wow. I absolutely love it. Alright, folks. I hope the microphone is catching that exhaust. It sounds really beautiful. Red is my all-time favorite, so to be driving this car now, it's a boyhood dream come true. Even though I own the red CSI myself, this is something else. Woo! Now, don't get me wrong though. High mileage, low mileage, pristine, well kept, not well kept, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about the people. It's about the relationships. It's about the custodians of these cars. It's about the friendships these cars create between their owners, their custodians. They always say you buy a car, but you gain a whole new family, which is what it is with us E31 owners. We are a large group of extended family around the world. Even though many of us have never met in person, but because we share the love and passion for these cars, we develop these long-distance friendships and relationships between us owners, where we can relate to each other and become, part of a much bigger family. And that's what it's all about. It's about the people. Locally, where I come from, Southern California, we're lucky enough to have hundreds of owners who are part of our SoCal 8s and the BMW CCA E31 chapter groups. So we get together a lot, and luckily we have good weather most of the time. Because of that, we have a lot more closer and personal relationships because we see each other. I'm a board member in one of those groups. That hasn't stopped us from becoming friends or sort of extended family members with the rest of the owners around the world. I have friends in Florida, I have friends in Malaysia, I have friends in Germany, Norway, here in Connecticut. So it's just an amazing feeling to know that we're all like-minded people, men, women, have love for these cars, and we support each other. Sometimes I've seen people send parts to each other for free or give each other free pointers, and it's not about the money. We have wrench fests where we get together and 10 guys jump on a car, fix all the problems, and get the car out the door, because we want them on the road. We want them to be able to drive. We want them to be able to last on for another 20, 30 years. Which takes me to my next point. We welcome new members in our extended E31 family. Whether it's a CSI that you can afford, an Alpina, or a regular 840 or 850, or a car you find that needs TLC that you bring to life, working on it, we want you in our family. When it comes to the E31s that I represent, normally if it's presented to me by whether it's Daniel or Neil or Gary, Vince, anybody who I work with, I make sure that I handpick them. I make sure that they go, or I go, we see them, we touch the car, we test it, we test drive it, we go through it, everything. We don't normally, it has happened very rarely, but we don't normally buy cars sight unseen, because we want to make sure that they have a good solid foundation to begin with. And 9 out of 10 they do. A lot of times it's a tip that comes into us from somebody we know. We fly out there, we see it, and trust me, there's no expense spared on bringing these cars up to the top shape that you see them being in. I'm in a lucky position now, after 3 years, having represented about 30 or so of these cars, and plus the extended family that I have in the E31 world, that has put me in a position where enough trust has been built around the world, where people come to me now asking for a well-kept, well-sorted E31. And that's exactly what I have here with these 4 cars, or 3 that are available coming soon. So there's that trust that you can have with me and my team, and we will not let you down. I'm always one phone call away. When or whatever you buy a car from us, the phone will always be at hand. You can call me if there's anything. If there's something that we missed, I will take care of it. If there's something that wasn't correct, which is very rare, I will take care of it. It's all about that additional friendship and relationship and that trust that you have with me and my team, that once the car leaves our possession, it's in your possession, don't think that my phone will block you. You'll still be around, you'll be my friend, we become friends, and anything you need, we're here to make sure that you're happy with it. And if it's something that had nothing to do with me, obviously, let's say a year down the road, something happens, you can still always call me, ask, hey, how do I fix this? Or how does this happen? I mean, these are classic cars, so they don't have factory warranty anymore. So there's that trust, and I'm happy and honored to be able to be in a position where I can offer that. Had you told anyone about 3 years ago that one day BMW Classics would just pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, we're coming out with the new 8 Series and we need a film for the E31 Classic car. Could you help us with that? I would just laugh at you and say, no, hell no, BMW is never going to promote this car. And they did, yet they did. They spent a good amount of money on promoting this car together with the new one coming. Obviously, they had a financial interest in the new one, but us E31 owners were able to grab that support from BMW and run with it, which is what we did. After the Petrolicious Black CSI film that I made, which became a very popular film, the values of these cars started slowly rising, and they went from original price to double, triple, and sometimes even more depending on condition and mileage. So I wouldn't fear the future. I wouldn't fear that, oh, I'm spending this amount of money and whatnot now. Your investment is safe, and actually you can drive and enjoy your investment and see it go up in value. You don't have to sit at a monitor and look at the numbers of values of a stock go up. There's your stock right there. I'm going to be welcoming you into our new E31 family.